Oh, no. Oh my gosh, Simon, I just clicked go live and I didn't click the keep local recordings. That's a problem. Oh well. Let's see if I can edit that real quick.
Why is that? Why is that a problem?
So the only problem with it is if you or I get a bad connection,
I never do.
my code won't be as crispy as it should. So this is my first time doing this with a guest stream as well. So Simon was kind enough to here, let's put on our brand display names. Oh, that's right. They're not on. That's interesting. Let's go to a standard view and see.
It's going to be a little challenge. Okay, it's not fair because I have more subscribers, but my stream is at 8 people watching. So thanks.
Look at that.
Thanks everyone for tuning
You're
in
so
today.
popular.
I'm just hijacking the Coding Cat live stream here.
I was like, Simon, you'd be good as a test to see if I can like push this out to multiple people.
Oh my, welcome everyone. That was actually spontaneous. I didn't expect this, so the stream wasn't scheduled. So Alex just asked me to stream as well. So everyone tuning in from my channel, welcome. This is going to be fun, but I think Alex can better let us know what this is about today.
Simon, do you do a Twitch channel as well?
I did in the past, but then I used the software and kind of completely messed up my settings with YouTube, and then going live always messed up everything.
Yeah.
So at some point I just said, I'm not on Twitch. I'm not a gamer. I'm not doing the casual stuff. Like,
I finally kind of gave up with attempting to do it through OBS, and we went fully over to this format now. So it pushes out everywhere. We're on my LinkedIn, codingcat.dev, YouTube, Twitch, sorry, and Twitter all at the same time. And then your guest live stream is up as well. And so we're doing our holiday special on Wednesday, and I wanted to test out this whole like guest streaming side. So it was kind of interesting. You still had to use a schedule though. That really throws me off for like guest people.
yeah, I couldn't go live instantly.
Yeah, that was a
no
little.
option.
We'll have to check that out a little further. So, anyways, since there's so many people joining from Simon's side of the house, what CodingCat.dev is all about, we have two different varieties. We have CodingCat.dev podcast, which comes out weekly, where we bring on a guest like Simon, and we do an interview with them and just kind of chat more on the personal level inside of things, and projects that they're working on, different things like that. So that comes out on Spotify, YouTube as well. Those are both like video versions, and then as well as audio on all the podcasts. So look for CodingCat.dev podcast on all of your favorite. I think they call them podcatchers now.
Oh, really?
I never heard podcatcher. So check that out. And then this version is code with codingcat.dev, and it's a 90-minute paired programming where basically Simon's going to teach me something that I haven't touched before. Now, I will preface this one with he had to make sure, because I'm not a mobile dev, I'm a web dev, but that's pretty cool since we're doing a little React Native style stuff. We did make sure that I could run Expo on my machine. So
how long did it take you to set that up? My little
you sent me the email, and 5 minutes later I was running it.
Oh, that's awesome. So for everyone interested, it really, like, you didn't do any native mobile dev before?
I've messed around. I'll say that. Like, I've had Android Studio on my machine and never used it, type of thing. I've gone back and forth a few times on some Flutter apps. So I've written Flutter stuff, but I've never truly written a native application. I've packaged up. You used to be able to do, and maybe you know this, if you can still do this, it's called a trusted web application on Android. So I used to take our CodingCat PWA and wrap that, and then it became TWA, which you could host on Android and install and everything like that. So,
oh my, yeah, I have so many at this point. I have so mixed feelings about PWAs. Like
Oh,
for a time, I thought they were really cool, and then I noticed that actually not a single normal person cares about a PWA, and then I just like lost interest in it.
I'm really kind of curious though. Like a lot of the apps, like Slack, and I don't know, you can go down a list. Like they're still kind of built on Electron and spitting out that side of things, right? So it's a wrapper of sorts creating an application.
I mean, there's still hope for PWAs as Apple is like allowing push notifications now, and it's better, but eh, the whole installation like experience totally sucks, especially on Apple. I think on Android you can at least like defer the installation dialog, and then at some point when people use your website, you can say, "Hey, we also have a mobile app. Would you like to install this?" And there's a button. And on Apple, it's just so awkward on iOS. Like even if they have this, you can do this, and then you have to click share, scroll down, add to home screen, give it a name, hit save, go back to the home screen, open it. I'm totally lost. Like,
It's definitely not a first party thing.
no.
They don't love it.
Yeah.
Well, I know usually we try to kind of reserve 60 minutes, but I feel like for you, after telling me what we want to accomplish, it might take us a full like 80 minutes. Do you want to get started?
I mean, why not?
Okay.
People, is this only a visual thing? We're not doing a speaking podcast, right? So, yeah, then
I
we
mean,
can
we'll
show.
be talking the whole time, but this is what we'll be looking at most of the time. So,
Right. So the plan for today that I came up with is I want to teach Alex some React Native. I want to show Alex how he can build a React Native application with Expo. And I honestly have no idea how good Alex is with React and stuff.
not great.
I mean, I mean,
I'm okay.
I, I mean, if you have used Svelte or anything with JavaScript, like,
I mean, I've written Next.js for quite a while.
yeah,
So
then we should be fine. Then we should be fine.
just never written any React Native. So hopefully,
Yeah.
I kind of, for my audience, as web developers, I kind of want that experience. Like if you've written SvelteKit or if you've written Next.js, you just are getting started and you want to like start into Expo and start creating this thing. This is it. Like we're gonna make this happen for you.
Right. So Alex did set up his environment before, which means I think you installed Android Studio and like downloaded an SDK.
I believe
And
that you even said I didn't need Android Studio, so I didn't check it much. I basically
yeah,
ran it native app on my Mac.
yeah. So you installed at least Xcode, I guess, from the.
Yeah,
Did you?
I did have Xcode already.
Yeah, yeah. And we're using Expo because Expo makes things a lot easier. So for everyone tuning in, if you want to get started with React Native, please just use Expo at this point. There are so many upsides and like almost no downsides to using bare React Native CLI. Pretty much everyone agrees. So with the with the Expo CLI, Alex will now create a new project. So you can run npx and then create expo app. Actually, you can just hit enter, I guess. Yeah, what's your app name? Give it a name. What you have?
Let's
I
do.
would call it cat app, maybe.
All right, I like it. Cat app. All right.
All right. So this should ask you for. It should ask you something.
I just realized I didn't go into my remove directory. I played the game. I think it was 2 weekends ago where I NP killed like
Oh
every
yeah, that's
node
so cool.
module
That feels
everywhere.
so good. Okay, this is interesting and it's probably wrong, but you can go into there and open up the Visual Studio Code.
Okay,
I assume that this is not the type of app I want to see.
Brittany taught me this the other day. I hope it works. So I can do code dot and then dash R. Oh yeah.
What is .r? Oh, this is new to me.
Dash R just opens it directly, so I didn't have to open a new window.
Ah, and you were using the command line from Visual Studio Code?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
I know. That was a nice one because I do that all the time.
Okay. But we need to go back to the command line in a second because this is not the type of app I want you to have. So
I broke this earlier, by the way. Please ignore this.
Oh goodness, I hope that's fine. Okay, so
I heard that PNPM you can use use environment instead of using NVM. So I was like trying it out, but I messed up my console.
It sounds horrible. Yeah, so you have a standard Expo React Native application. The only file that does something is the app.js at this point.
Cool.
And yes, you could run that app, but here's the thing. There's something called Expo Router, which gives you file-based routing for Expo applications. And I actually want you to have a project with that. You could there are 5-6 easy steps how we could migrate this now, but I kind of don't want to screw it up.
Okay.
And usually the NPX dialog gives you that app. I don't know why it didn't. So let's just run it with the right flex. You can pretty much press upwards for NPX create Expo app, and then immediately follow that up with a name. So
all right, so I'm going to actually go.
Don't hit enter.
I'm going to go in my remove folder. We're going to run that again.
Wait. So no, do follow this up with cat app, and then -t, and then tabs, tabs. All right, that should do it.
That should do it. Okay.
Usually you get like a wizard from Create Expo app, so I'm a bit confused if they changed something. And I hope this is working now.
Oh, there's so many comments I'm not paying attention to. I apologize. I was on the wrong screen. Awesome, Simon. We've got a turquoise waving. Hi.
Oh, yeah.
Can you explain about debugging in React Native and how you inspect? I hope we can make it to that.
I hope we can get there, yeah.
Interesting topic. Nice. I like that we get the hand pink waving. That's fun. Benefits and downside to the Expo have in comparison with capacitor. Oh, I do like capacitor. I've used that in the past.
Oh,
do you do any capacitor work? I
did a lot of capacitor.
Nice. Love the Ionic team. Hello, Hardington.
Can you open your folder, your cat app? I would love to see if this is now the right type. If not, that would be really, really scary. Oh yeah, good lord. We got it. Okay, so without doing any sort of coding, let's get back to your command line in that folder and run npx expo. Because we want to take the fastest route to get a quick win from our project.
Why am I not in the right thing? Hang on.
Yeah, your environment might be a bit messed up. So npx expo.
Just npx expo?
Yeah. So this will spin up your local live reload. You could now actually also install the Expo Go app on your iOS device.
I did this on my Android device. There's an Expo something because I knew
you can scan that code and then you get like
Go,
the live.
Yeah. This is sweet.
The only problem is that I guess you can't show your Android screen now on the stream.
You know, I could, but it might take some time, and I'm not gonna do that to us.
Right. So just press I, because I, as you can see, will open up your iOS simulator.
Cool.
Yes.
Cool. All right.
There is deep. Honestly, what you just had this feeling of having the app on your phone is like 90% of why I do mobile development. I was so fascinated 8 years ago that I could deploy something to this thing I keep in my pocket all the time, and it just hooks me still to this day.
Yeah.
When I go back to my wife and show her, hey, I made this Airbnb clone, she's like, wow, are you the master? Or I'm like,
you're like, when are you taking over the company? Worth some dollars.
Yeah. Why do they have 300 developers?
All right, we've got it.
So, congratulations.
Can you zoom a little so
you can, if you at the bottom edges, you can make this bigger. It's
there we go. Nice. Okay, cool. And we can always go in this mode too if it's. I forgot we're not in mobile land. I had my browser all set up. All right.
Nice.
Cool.
Okay. So all of the stuff takes place in your app folder, pretty much. That's where the code of your React Native application lives. And I want to say the previous app we had was a standard React Native app with app.js loading.
Yeah, we got a question on that. So it says he always thought Expo and or Sheet. Sorry, I don't know this. Oh, it's Richard. It's Richard Bray. I always thought Expo and React Native were tightly coupled. Can you use one without the other?
No, I mean you
Expo, you can write non-React Native stuff, right? Or no?
you can use like bare React Native without Expo, but you can't use Expo without React Native because Expo and
There you
React
go.
Native are like they're just together. That's
So
the
truth. You're speaking the truth, Mr. Bray.
thing. So now we have file-based routing, and if you check out the app folder, you're gonna see a bunch of files in there. So part of that looks really scary, and we will soon actually remove everything.
This looks very much like either SvelteKit or the app version of Next.js now.
Yeah, I think Evan Bacon, who created the Expo router, I think he took some inspiration from the the Next.js router. So right now we have a tab bar with 2 tabs. You see tab 1 and tab 2 that you can click. And if you go into go into tab 2, and then you can select the 2.tsx and change something there where it says tab 2, change it to like the cat stream and hit save. Okay, so we got live reload. Everything's immediately updated.
Wow.
Yeah. So native developers would actually kill for that. I'm still fascinated that for like iOS Swift development, they still don't have this sort of live reload.
You're kidding me.
Yeah, they need to redeploy.
This must be why like they want Flutter so bad in the other side of the house too.
Probably, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, Flutter is interesting. I just did a little research on it this morning. Like it is always super popular in like all the ratings, but if you look at the job market, React Native totally dominates. Like,
yeah,
no question about it.
I'd love for you to become a Google developer expert in Flutter though, so we can hang out more. We can go to conferences. I'll do the Firebase side. You do the Flutter side. We can team up.
You know, the funny thing is I wanted to become a Google developer expert for a long time. And at some point, I actually had a friend who was a developer expert for Angular, and I wanted to become one as well because I did like 7 years of Ionic with Angular, and I did all the Angular stuff.
I'm surprised you weren't.
I applied, and they answered me, oh, we're really sorry, you can't become an Angular. But what about Flutter? You look like a Flutter expert. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I have 2 videos on Flutter, and I have 8 years of Angular content. What's wrong? Like,
there's no way. I could get you hooked up. We'll make that happen.
I tried to I didn't try to convince them. I felt they might have enough or too many Angular GDEs at this point, and just wanted to have more Flutter GDEs.
At one point they were kind of shutting it off, but I think it's open again with the whole new Angular resurgence, Angular.dev and all that fun stuff.
I don't know if I could like become a meta developer expert. I don't know if they have something like that.
I think it would be cool though, because they would ship you around to conferences for free and we could hang out.
Yeah, you know, at that point I was doing mostly Ionic, and I felt like becoming a GDE for Flutter was like the wrong sign. Since I'm now doing so much React Native, I could also just become a Flutter GDE. I don't know.
Just become a web specialist, and then like React Native, like there's mobile somewhere in there. I don't know. All right, so I don't know if we'll get here, but there's a question about protecting routes as well. So
we probably won't get there this far today. You can protect them like at the top level in the layout file. I think I have a video on this on my channel. Yeah, holy moly, why are there like 34 people from stream watching?
I know you're popular, man. Plus it's nighttime over there. People love you.
Oh, I should stream more often in the evening. Yeah, I never did this. I do it usually at like
just come on once a week on my channel. It'll be good. We'll do this whole thing. That way I can run it all for you. You don't have to worry.
Okay, so let's do some coding. Let's start. All right. I love chatting. Okay, let's remove all the files in the app folder.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Yeah.
All of them, like literally all of them?
Yeah, just all of them.
Okay,
just all of them, and do a new index.tsx in there.
Holy smokes, that felt painful.
Yeah, it was.
So I'm a Tailwind person. Is this Tailwind capable?
Yes and no. So not out of the box, but there's a package called Native Wind, which brings tailwind to React Native.
Ooh.
The person working on this is actually now part of the Expo team. It's complicated, but I think they're working on a new release. Okay. Oh, you don't even have like the shortcuts, like the
I can
React
install
Native.
them if you
Okay,
want.
what happens if you press RNF?
I
Okay,
can
no
install them
problem.
real quick.
No, yeah, okay, yeah, why not? That's actually a good idea.
React Native. Let's see what we find.
I think this should be like, yes, the second one. Go with the second.
Do you want both?
Yeah,
just second.
Yeah, do the second one and that yellow one, the fourth one.
This one.
Yeah.
Okay. We should put those in our workspace settings so when people download this after we get done, they have it.
You're the boss.
We'll work on that in a minute.
So RNFE and enter. Okay, hit save.
Sweet.
And is it refreshing correctly? Now you might have to kill it. Like when you remove all the files and do something again, I would just
do I just
kill it and
Expo again then?
Yeah.
Stop.
Just npx expo.
Expo.
Okay, how do we do? Yeah, if you have an open instance on the left side, it's sometimes okay. That's actually a good point.
Oops.
What did you do?
Right.
You can press Control Command Z, I think.
Okay.
Once you're in the simulator.
Control commands.
A little bit of finger gymnastics, right? So this is the cool thing about the Expo Go app. You get like, some debugging stuff. You can also do Go Home, like Go Home once.
Oh.
The Expo Go is like a container in which you run your app.
That's
so
really
it has
cool.
a lot of plugins and stuff already shipped out of the box. So that's also why it works on your device, just displaying the stuff.
Nice.
You should be able to click on the Cat app now.
I don't know what the sticker smash is, but it sounds exciting.
Yeah, maybe just do another Control Command Z and then do reload.
Yeah, that's a really hard finger motion. I gotta tell you.
It is. Yeah. So now you see it's loading stuff again.
It's really cool. All right.
Okay, so we got a blank index page. Good. Now, this is how we display a page. Like the URL is just / If you would put in something like about, it would become /about, which is helpful if you do like later also for the web expo.
Okay.
But we want to build out a bit the native app. So what we need is a layout around this. So let's create a _ layout.tsx in the app folder. Okay, do rnfe, and I would write layout now because then it, okay.
Not that.
You know, if you like immediately do it, then it changes it in all the places. Okay, so we won't return a view. We want to return a stack in here. So go ahead with the brackets and stack. And then, yes, import from Expo router and hit save. And that should automatically pick up the first index file. As you can see, we now have a header bar. That page is automatically picked up, which is pretty cool already.
Yeah.
You can also now define some options if you want to. So, for example, in the stack tag, you can follow up with screen options, and within screen options, you get like another pair of brackets, and then you can do like header style and give it some cool. Yeah, you need to actually do another object. Yeah. Do another object and then background color.
Yeah, gotcha.
And now do whatever you
want.
want.
That'd be purple, man.
Oops. You might have to put it into quotes. Yeah. I would put in header tint color next to header style. So that needs to be outside.
Here.
Header tint color. I set it to white. We have a beautiful coding kit.
Just this?
Yeah, in that case, it's just,
Oh, why is it not auto formatting? Can we use prettier in here or no?
Yeah, I think so. I do have usually pretty enabled.
No, go back.
What do we have enabled?
That and that. Now I save.
Yes, nice. Okay, let's also change the header of the first screen. So we can do some custom settings for the different screens. So in the stack, do another element. So between the stack elements.
Oh, Here.
Yes, there, and then do stack.screen. Yeah, it looks interesting. Stack.screen, yes. And then give it a name.
I never understood these, by the way. I've seen the whole like dot syntax.
Yeah, I think this is like also the first time doing it I've seen it here. I don't know
So weird.
why. Okay, do name. That is the name of the file. So in our case, that would be index. Yeah, actually index. Did you have like Copilot enabled? It's always doing.
Oh, I don't, because of these sessions.
Yeah, it's better. And then after name, you can do options. That's basically the same like screen options, but for one screen, and then title, and then
Ooh.
yeah, this always happens for me. It's always the first option.
Jeez, oh man. There.
All right. So, nice.
Cooking with gas. Oh, here we go. We got an answer. The compound component pattern. See, I'm not familiar with that, and that's where I'm like, I'm not a React developer. That's I just throw my hands up. Ugh.
I'm fine not knowing all the details. I know how it works.
I like legitimately, if anyone ever wants to let me know, just send me a tweet. We have a pink hand waving as well. Hello, Rand.
Hello. Where did we leave off? What do we want to change as well? We want to do some navigation, right? So let's display some cats on the screen first. Let's go into the index file.
Okay.
Okay. We're gonna have to do a bit of React. So can you create a state with an array?
Yes.
Nice.
There's like a.
So let's say const cats and set cats equals
use state. Is there like a shortcut for that too? Is it React?
I don't think I have.
I used to have these when I was writing more. Oh, state. Yeah, that.
Nope. Oh no.
There's definitely a shortcut I have, but I can't think
sure
of where it is. But all right. Anyways,
it should be.
I guess we'll type it out. So const. What are we doing?
Yeah, cats array.
Okay, cats equals use state.
Let's do an empty array.
Just that.
And around cats as well, you do the brackets around cats, and then you have cats and use set cats.
Right, man.
Yeah, getting rusty.
I've been using signals too long now. It's like, how does this work?
All right, let's
snippet.
All right, it's called use state snippet.
Let's try it once. Use states. Yeah, that's the one. That's what I'm looking for.
Nice.
Thank you.
Do I have that as well? Use state. Yeah, I have it as well. Nice. It's going to be used from now on.
Hard to remember when you're out of the flow of things.
Let's write an arrow function load cats. All right, it's going to be an async function.
Oops.
Yeah.
There's
fun if I don't have to type. We should do this more often. I like this.
Pair programming, that's the best part of it.
All right, let's get some data. So let's do const data equals wait fetch, and then do I have to send this to you?
We gotta do async up here.
Do I have like a we have a private chat here, right?
Yeah, send in the private
chat. I could have sent you this the whole time. Like, damn.
Making me type so much. Is this all of this? Maybe. Let's see.
Yeah. I think I sent you the whole function. Like, yeah. What did I do? What did I send? No, it's actually good. Const data equals fetch.
Do we have types in here for TypeScript?
Oh, I added them. I was cool. Like I was the cool kid. You can.
Do I need to do an interface somewhere?
Yeah, there we go. I gave it to you.
You just want it at the top of this?
Yeah, just add it at the top. I mean, theoretically, you could set it at a different file, but yeah, whatever. Yeah, because you did not give that type to our state.
Use state, is that here?
Yes, cat array.
That. All right.
Perfect. Okay.
Awesome.
So we got a function to load some data. Now let's bring in a button into the view.
Ooh.
So you can just do a button. That's a cool thing. Button from React Native. And then title, I don't know, load cats in the button.
Load cats.
Yeah, you actually have to use title. equals load cats in there.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, there are different types. And on press, you want to call load cats.
Is that like one of these?
You can either like that or just load cats without the arrow on.
Any of these. Okay.
It would be shorter if you just did load cats.
Perfect.
All right. So we're able to load the kits. Now we just need to display them.
I'm a big fan of like backgrounds on my button. Is there a capability to do that?
This is using like the completely native iOS button. You can change. I mean, yeah, you can change the color. Let's do some styling there.
So is it style?
Should be. Oh, the button is actually pretty worth styling. So usually you use like a touchable opacity.
We don't have to do this. That's fine.
Yeah, we keep that one. We keep that one. Okay. So below the button, let's do brackets. So we can do cats map in the T6. The what is it? Curly brackets. What are they called? Are those curly brackets?
I call them curly braces.
Braces. I have no
people
idea.
keep
I'm not
telling me there's something like guys. I just did a video short on this. Brittany said something hilarious, and apparently it's a thing. It's like some curly guy or something. I don't know. Anyways,
all right.
So cats.
Cats.map.
Map. Oh yeah, we have to do the whole map thing in React. I forgot.
Oh yes. Then we got a cat.
Isn't there like an index and a key and stuff?
Yeah, but cat is enough for us today.
Good. This and then is it
you can do round.
Yes.
Do the round one because we have an object.
Okay.
All right. You can do like an image now.
Okay. React
React Native image.
Okay, so uppercase image.
Yes. Yeah, it's usually not picking up the import automatically. It's like
source.
Gotta have to do it.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Sorry.
Yeah, can you? Yeah, pick.
Usually it's pretty good about this. I guess not.
Just add it. Okay, and we need to set the source. So really the source, set this like right source.
Oh.
Yeah, not src, right source, and then equals, and then two pairs of brackets, and then URI. And then we can...
is it cat URI or is it just...
Yeah, it's cat.url, but we need to do it in another pair of brackets here again, like an object, and then URI, exactly, yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay. And it won't display your cat by now, so you still have to give it the style. So let's just set the style and then an object in there again with 100%. Okay, so as a string 100% and like height 300. And then we should finally see something. Yeah, height.
Height, okay.
I said height, right?
Yeah, I was like, why do you hate this? I don't know.
Oh my.
Oh, that's funny.
Let's do the 300 just as a number.
Okay.
Okay. Nice.
You put pics.
Okay, let's try. Load cats. Do it.
Boom. Ooh, each child list. See, it's already all about the key thing.
Yeah. We're gonna do this in a second. So the problem is we can't scroll this right now anyway. So you've already made an empty fragment around the image. Oh no, that won't work. Around the cat's map, do a scroll view. Let's do a scroll view. Scroll view. Yes, put this down there. And then for the image, yes, we need to use key. So use key cat.id. Okay, now we should see, hopefully, a beautiful list of cats.
Does it give more than one or no?
It should give you 10. Cats.map. Cats, set cats. Okay, probably a good point to do some debugging. So let's print out the cats you get there, or console log the cats. Not print, we're not in Flutterland. And go to the to command line where you run the npx expo command and press J.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, well, that is the ID problem.
What?
Okay. What is this?
Sure.
So the cool thing is we now have the dev tools in here. So if you press load cats, you should see the logs in there. That's actually pretty new. It's like since Expo 49 or 48.
Zoom in. Zoom. No, you don't want to.
Command plus.
Yeah, that's what I was hitting.
Not today.
It's really weird. Let's try Command P zoom. Yeah, it's still. That's so bizarre. Okay.
That's crazy.
It also didn't console log. Oh, but it logged out here.
Okay, it logged just one cat. Okay, that's the cat API images search limiting. Why is there opens in a new tab? Okay, that should be in the URL. What is this? That came from my Visual Studio Code copy paste.
Oh, I'm like, what's happening right now? I'm impressed that worked at all. All right. Now
all right.
Hey, good work on the cats API, by the way.
Thanks. Okay. Good. Let's put some styling.
Thank you, Caesar.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you, Caesar. Let's put a bit of styling on this.
I'm gonna take our console log back out for now.
Yeah, right. So that is the cool way of easy debugging. Like it's just the browser tools at this point. And Expo is working on more stuff. So you can also debug network calls. Like you see, it's just the Chrome dev tools. So that's pretty cool. Okay, we want to. Yeah, exactly. So that's cool. I don't know why sometimes it's not picking up like on the first try and then reload, showing up the network inspector or something. I wouldn't say it's perfect. I think it loses sometimes the connection. Like it's an open bug or something, but
yeah, fair enough.
This still gets better. Okay, so the idea is we want to go to a details page now, like the classic list details pattern.
Of course.
That is the brand idea. That means we do need another file in that app folder.
Okay.
Let's call that file, is it no square brackets or square braces?
Either way, I'm down.
Okay, yeah, and ID.
Do I do dot or just?
Yeah, just ID. Just ID should be like there's a wildcard and then TSX, exactly. Ooh. And then you can do React Native functional export again.
I'm almost getting used to this.
No, RNFE.
See, I'm not.
And call it like, yeah, it is actually like call it page or something. It doesn't matter. Just make sure just call it page or it's just that you export at the bottom the right thing. Okay, let's do for debugging. Let's try to grab the ID immediately here on that page. Oh, I always click in this window and try to write it. Okay, so when the page, not in the return, above the return statement, we're gonna do const ID.
Oops, sorry.
Yeah, there, that level const, and then in curly braces, put the ID in curly braces so we can like destructure the object.
Yes.
Equals, and then use local search params. Okay, so this is using the Expo router, and with the Expo router, we're gonna just basically put the ID of the cat in the URL when we route, and here we're extracting it. So you can like do a log of the ID, or you can just replace the ID in the view in the text element. So we're printing it out.
Just do this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay, cool. Okay, let's get back to the index page, and we need a way to get to that page. So let's, instead of having an empty fragment, let's use the link component. That's pretty much like the Next.js link. I think it's heavily inspired by that. So press enter.
I don't know what the difference
I did. Shouldn't make a difference. And then href. And now if you put like start the what if you start quotes, what happens? Yes, okay, you get only slash. Okay, normally we get like code completion here, but then not a big problem. So what we need is cat ID in here. So let's do slash. Maybe let's do, I don't know if you use string literals or whatever.
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's do cat ID. Put a slash in front of this.
Oops.
Because
there we go.
Yeah, that could eventually work. Oh no, you need to put in after the href, put in as child, because if you've wrapped the link component around other components as child.
Sorry, I'm in the wrong spot. There we go.
Yeah. Okay, hit save, and then we might be able. All right, not working. Yeah, we think we need around the image still something that we can touch. So put around the image a touchable highlight, which is basically like
outside of link,
like
or
inside of the link. Inside of the link. Yeah, which is like an invisible thing that we can touch, and do it around the image. Okay.
Is that it? Oh yeah.
See.
50V, 6CF. Look at all those beautiful cats.
Right. Let's take
this one.
Let's take a quick break.
I don't think this one's gonna give people like a problem at all. we've got people.
Do you actually have cats? And is still with me?
Can get wild in.
It looks like I'm now the solo host of this show. So welcome to Code with Coding Cat Dev. My name is Simon. I usually run Galaxy's Dev. Today I'm the replacement for Alex and Brittany, at least until Alex comes back and joins us back.
That was actually on StreamYard's side. That was interesting.
But the stream was like continuing, right? I have my stream open, and I just like
that was really interesting. Since we're taking just a quick pause here with what I thought was my internet, and it wasn't. I still have a gig up and down. Whew. I'm gonna grab a soda, and I'll be just right back.
I will just keep talking for the rest.
Do like a hand puppet thing or something.
Hand puppet thing. Okay,
tell about your new Expo course.
Yeah. Okay, where do I start? I don't have a new Expo course, but last week I actually did a live workshop on the Expo router, which was really fun. We had a lot of hands-on exercises that we went through. Like we covered everything about tabs, draw, stack, in general, everything Expo router. Then we went into universal apps for app, and then we also did like a little use case. And then in January, I'm doing that workshop again. I haven't opened up the page, but if you're following me, watch out for that, because Expo router version 3 is actually coming out with API routes. So I will update the workshop material for that, and this is going to be fun. Like the first workshop was already pretty interesting. That was so cool. I just told everyone that I did a workshop last week, a 5-hour Zoom workshop. And there were actually like, I timed it for Europe time, because, you know, I'm just best in like my time. So it was like 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. European time. And there were actually 2 people, one from Los Angeles, 9 hours behind, and another one 6 hours behind. So the workshop started at midnight for the guy from Los Angeles, and at 3 a.m. for that other person. I'm like, holy moly, you must be really dedicated to learn if you get up at 3 a.m.
That's really intense, for sure.
Oh, it was. Yeah. But
I had to move. Like I was doing mine at like my 5 p.m. and we're 6 hours off, so 5 Eastern. And at some point, I realized like all the Svelte people, and I do a ton of Svelte stuff, they're all in Europe. So I'm like, I gotta do all of these at noon my time. So it actually works out. So all right, back to the code. Boof. Oh.
So okay, we have the basic of a stack navigation here in place. the cool thing, which you probably didn't even notice, is that you just added a file for the ID page, and like we linked to that page, and that was all we needed to navigate, because
That's
the
pretty
Expo
sweet.
router was actually picking up that file automatically. We don't even have like an entry in our layout file for it. So
This is
I'm
like file-based routing, right?
exactly.
It's beautiful.
And you could now actually, if you would press W in the Expo command line, if you press W, it would actually open up your
Oh,
browser and would spin up the preview. And like, we haven't optimized it for the web, of course, but theoretically you could use it and it would work just the same. Like, you click
wow.
something, you go to that page, and you could actually refresh that page. You see from the URL bar,
From here?
it should actually show like in the URL, in the address bar, it should show like the ID. Does it?
Yeah, it's got I4. It's just
Yeah.
super small. Can't make the address bar bigger, unfortunately. Sorry. That's cool that all of that works. So this is, in my mind, this is very Flutter-esque, but React, and I know how to write React, so that's cool.
Yeah. I mean, it's not completely like React because you use like a view and a text and stuff.
Right. I feel like there were some React component libraries though that are very similar to this. The only difference being like the kind of the rendering and the nav, those components that gets a little
Mhm.
interesting. So, but yeah, I can totally blend it.
Okay, where do we continue? Let's put in some styling in the index page. Let's add a bit of padding and like stuff around them. So you can, below the page, so before the export default, you can do like const styles equals style sheet. So uppercase style sheet. Exactly, this is from React Native .create. Yeah, it didn't pick up the right import, but yeah, you're right.
From React Native. Okay.
It never does. Caesar Merlo, new member, new member, new
Wow,
member.
you gotta follow.
Nice, nice. Oh yeah, I think Caesar just yeah, nice.
Caesar, go follow me too. I need people.
Thank you, thank you. Okay, so curly braces again in the crate. We're gonna do a little object. So this is how we can style our stuff. So it's not just exactly CSS, but it's close. So let's call this, I don't know, item. And then we do some styles for the item.
Are we doing like classes or no? Is it just
So
like
we're just doing
this?
a noun. Yeah, just do item. What is it called?
Are you looking for like a colon?
Colon. Yeah, that was the
Colon,
name.
okay.
And then the object. Let's just do like margin 10.
Yeah, okay.
And
That's what I was wondering what you're looking for. Margin. I assume it's 10 pixels, but maybe it's just 10.
yeah, it's just the number 10.
Okay.
And then let's give this to the
Right.
the touchable highlight. Let's give it to the touchable highlight. So there we can say styles, and then equals, and then object and styles dot, and then we got the name of our, yes.
Is it style or styles?
Yeah, it's style. I always mess that one up.
Oh yeah, there's a margin.
Okay.
Very
Yes,
nice.
we got some margin. I'll just give you a block for the whole item. So I created something with a shadow, so you can
I
take
feel
this
like
if you
all of
want to.
our margins messed up our last photo down here. We might need a padding on the overall.
That's a good point. We
Maybe
could do
just
this with-
margins. That's interesting. So it's doing margins between each image. And we need to probably do an overall on the scroll view for a padding.
We can.
Do they have words, Alex? Do they have grid or flexbox in
Flexbox. Yeah, we like everything is flex.
Okay. Cool.
But I thought it would like work this way.
Oh, Austria and Vienna. So I was over there not that long ago. Beautiful country. Holy smokes.
Oh yeah, Vienna.
Vienna is a beautiful place.
I was again in Paris 2 weeks ago. I love Paris. Paris is beautiful as well. Have you been there?
I have not been to Paris. My
Oh
close friends will be there at the end of next month, though, and I warned them. So I guess technically I bounced into Paris, but I warned them about the what's the airport? The starts with a C, I think.
Charles de Gaulle?
Yeah, Charles de
Yeah.
Gaulle. Is that it? Terrible airport. every
Really? I
every time I have to go through there, I am basically late for a flight. And it's always like an inbound, and like I get stuck in security, and I got to take 12 buses to get out to a airplane. Like it's horrible. I hate it.
Yeah, the good thing is there's a train. So Europe is pretty good with trains, you might know.
Yeah.
And we from Germany, from Cologne to Paris, there's actually a train which drives through Brussels and like Liège, something like 2 stops or something.
Nice.
It's 3 hours from Cologne to Paris, and you arrive like directly in Paris. Like Gare du Nord is in like we had a 10-minute Uber to our home, and then we were there. So
Man,
yeah.
you've got all kinds of international people, Simon. Look at this. Morocco. What else we got? Holy smokes.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I
fetch
have a
on Android. Not sure on that one.
Wait, is it DB? I think you mean Deutsche Bahn, which is the German train company. No, actually, it was the Thales, and it was now the Eurostar, which is also going to London. So Eurostar is like, yeah, already bought them.
Yeah, Charles de Gaulle. Thank you. De Gaulle? De Gaulle. We have a question out here we should probably answer. Problem fetching in Android? Is there like a network setting issue?
You might have problems if you're not fetching from HTTPS. In that case, you have to enable something for Android, like allow clear text traffic or something. That might be the case. I would just probably go with the Expo debugger and see why it's not working.
Charles de Gaulle. Thank
The
you.
goal. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for my French pronunciation. I never learned French.
I had one semester, and all I did was make pottery. So it was a French slash art teacher that taught French, and she's like, "I don't care if you learn French." I was like, "Thank you."
Yeah, I learned the more important language. I learned Latin in school.
Yes,
So,
very important, very useful.
yeah. It's actually quite interesting. Like you can read the old stuff in churches and stuff and know where some words are coming from. But yeah, of course, nobody's speaking it
Did you
anymore.
take English in school?
Yeah, we like in Germany, we have it from starting like 5th grade or something.
Nice.
Everyone has to get English. I think it's now even starting in like earlier.
Good call. Might be course.
Yeah, so my wife had to go into every shop and order this stuff because I was like the problem is in French, they don't really like English. So in
Yeah.
Paris it's okay, but we were in one restaurant and we wanted to know when they open, and the waiter was just answering in French, like 19. When do you open? 19. And, I mean, my wife knew that was like 19 p.m. But just say 7 p.m. Like everyone should know that at least the numbers from 1 to 10 in English.
I was just gonna say I knew that one. That was it. I was like 10, 9.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, we got a touchable highlight. We got an image we can route. I gave you a little styling.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you can place this in the private chat. You can put this in the item. So we have a bit of shadows, and a bit of margin, and a bit of offset, and everything should just look like some cards, right?
Oh yeah,
good.
That looks real nice.
Okay.
Still this thing down there. I don't like that.
Yeah, if you want to, you can go into the scroll view, and then it's the content container style. Oh, sorry, in the scroll view element, yeah, as the content container style. Then you can give it like some margin at the bottom or something. Although it feels a bit wrong to me.
Yeah.
We can also like, do we have time to refactor this, or
this is your show, man. You tell me. We've got just a time check. We have 36 minutes to get whatever you want done.
We can refactor it later. Let's let's complete the ID page. So let's on that page just use the data we got from the URL just so we have a complete picture. I will give you that function again, so you don't have to do the function, and then we can write the view together because it's really boring. It's just a bit of state stuff.
Right.
Looking through the chat. Oh, mom, look, I'm on TV.
From React, what is
Okay, yeah, and then we need a state. So let's do a const image and set image.
what do we learn? Use state snippet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, look at that.
Oh, so you're good. You immediately putting something you learned into action.
Oh, I'll
It's
forget
not like
it.
everyone,
I'll
oh yeah, I
forget it
will use it.
immediately. Like 2 minutes after we shut down, I'll be like, "What was that thing?" What is
Image set image.
Yeah, so sorry. Image set. I don't like that it doesn't camel case these automatically for us, but that's for another day. Do we do this?
Yeah, just nothing. Yeah, should be fine. Yeah, I mean, it works. If it works, it works.
Load image. What else do we have here?
We don't need anything else. You could also like put in a use effect on the index page. It's getting a bit ugly that you have to press load all the time, right?
I agree.
Yeah.
So let's do let's see if that works. Use effect snippet. Look at that. Oh, love it. And then we call load cats. This has to be empty.
Right. You don't need to return anything right now.
Yeah, it's true. I'm used to Firebase. I gotta like cancel the listeners and
Oh yeah. Oh my, this is so great that Cedric is joining us. So Cedric is
the entertainer.
working...
Cedric the entertainer. Oh, and Putin.
Right, he's working for Expo, so he just clarified something about Metro and Babel. He's probably could probably describe it a lot better than I could.
An older other. I don't know some of these words. What is Hermes? Hermes doesn't support. Wow. I feel like I'm in Percy Jackson right now, right? With Hermes and Cedric. Thank you for that. I'm always amazed by people's like knowledge that they just have readily available. It blows my mind.
Yeah.
Metro uses Babel. Babel doesn't know Metro.
I mean, that's the same when I when I look at...
That's probably what you're laughing at. I was behind. I'm sorry.
When I look the Primeagen, or when I watch the Primeagen or Theo, like it's amazing what knowledge they have. I mean, Theo has more opinions. I mean, he's also a lot of knowledge, but also strong opinions. But the Primeagen just jump into everything and explain it perfectly.
Yeah, it kind of blows my mind on both those guys. Theo is interesting. I think he's looking to get views. That's why he has to be so opinionated. But teach their own, man. I just want I want to talk to the kid that like is just graduating high school and I can teach him JavaScript. If you've got those people, send them my way.
I think the other day I saw like 17, 18-year-old working for a big React Native company and giving a talk in Berlin about some crazy topic. And I like, when I was 18 or 17, I had so much else to do, but not giving a talk in Berlin about React Native stuff. Like,
yeah, I had parties to go to or something. I don't know.
Yes. We still got that warning. Let's put the key from image on the link component inside that iteration.
Yes, it's very angry with us.
Yeah, it's looking ugly. Yeah, now everyone's happy, huh? Yes. Okay,
that
cool.
last cat looked a lot like mine. I miss it. Oh well. All right.
Yeah, we were on the details page, right?
Yep.
So let's just show the image there. You can do something like, let's remove the line with the text.
Can I copy this?
Sure.
Okay.
I would do a little if in there.
Okay.
So like if you do have an image or if you not have an image.
Okay. I forget, is it just open and then
yeah, if image, you can do image and end. So that's the short form. Just do without the if. You can just write image.
Wait a minute. What are we talking about? Like
yeah, Yeah. Just write image and end. So
Oh,
the end sign
gotcha.
and
Yep.
end. Is it the ampersand, right? Yeah.
That,
And then you put the image stuff in there.
and then
This-
around view, like
The
this,
view can
this.
yes. And then it should be image, not cat.url.
And all right. Oh, no. Styles? Do we need? Nope. Unhandled promise rejection. Did we ace?
Yeah, you have the copy again. You copy the.
Gosh,
you see the
every time. What's wrong with me? Is it just
detail.
images?
// and then ID, and then the curly braces ID.
ID.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, there we go.
Playing with his ball.
Looks good.
Oh, beautiful.
Okay, let's also show like if you don't have an image, you could show an activity indicator. So let's just put another one there. Yeah, let's do like the same curly braces with not image.
Okay.
Yes, if not image.
Oh my goodness. I got bad quick. Is it just it's Van Oh, that's fun. Oh, that's good. And is it like poutine?
What does it mean?
It's not like Putin. It's I don't know. My French.
I only know like wasn't there Madame Poutine? Wasn't that from the? Oh my! This stream is becoming too French.
All right. Where did I get lost to? Let's see. And this thing, that thing, this one, like that.
Yeah.
All right.
So now we also have a little loading indicator. We probably don't see it for too long, but can't hurt. That cat looks a bit scary, to be honest.
So my son, this is called something bichromatic. I don't remember. It's also an X-Men, and he thought it's like heterochromatic. I don't know. When you have two different color eyes like that, he has a brown eye, and then like 3/4 brown with a blue like patch in it. It's wild.
Crazy. That's wild.
We can look at a different one though.
This looks also a bit. Let's go to the layout file because it still has the header with like ID. It looks ugly.
Yes.
So go into the underscore layout file again and put in an entry. Just copy that one from the index. I mean that line. So go to the layout file and copy that stack.screen line.
Gotcha.
Just you can put it in the layout file.
Oh, you can put it in the layout file.
Sorry. Yeah, so we're basically defining the information for the routes.
Oh.
So that second one will be really like ID.
Yes, I didn't realize you needed these like when you had file-based routing. I didn't think
you don't need to. So it works right now. But if we want to change, for example, the header, like on that page, I want to have title blank.
So do I do like that?
Yes, exactly. Like the file name. You can call it details or whatever.
How about cattails?
Whatever you prefer.
You're like, okay, man, I gotta go.
Heterochromia.
Ooh.
Okay. That seems to be what it's called.
I think that is it. I like that it doesn't put the actual emojis. I wish it did.
Yeah, it's just writing this hand orange covering eyes.
Whatever this API is not going well. It works well with Twitch. I don't know. Okay. I have a question. Did you happen to read this one?
Fabric.
Or I guess it's a comment.
Yeah.
Interesting. So that's kind of the same as capacitor, or not capacitor. What's the layer? I don't know. I'm just gonna pretend I didn't read that because it'll hurt my head. All right. So we're on our details page. We have a cool heading now. What's next?
we're gonna venture off into some fun more. So I want to also display a modal page and eventually open the camera just to have like a little. We did a bit of routing, we did a bit of loading with a few elements. So let's try to display a modal now.
Sweet.
We can do the. Let's start by adding a modal.ts. That would be a good start, I think. So next to your index page, just add a new file.
Oh, okay. I got you. Sorry.
You know, clicking that button for new file seems to be more safe than pressing Command or N, which always opens up like
No,
I don't know.
I could never do it. I know. I tried that way for a long time. And did you know you can do like multiple? So if I wanted to go folder in folder index.ts.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's
Love that. Cool. All right.
The modal has to be TSX.
Okay, that's what I was gonna ask. All right.
Yeah, I burned myself many times on that as well. Like, why is everything red? Is it? It's all correct in here.
Are we doing
FE? Yes, let's do this one again.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't have to display anything yet. We just need to show it somewhere. So let's go to the layout. We'll just add a button to the index screen.
Okay.
Yeah, but we can do it from the layout because in a layout we can we are affecting the header bar stuff. So in the options we can do something like a header right. So where we have title home. Yeah, I mean you can effectively
like that.
If you do it up there, it's on all the pages.
Oh, I see.
If you would do it on home, it would be only on the home.
Gotcha. It's within options though, right?
Yes, exactly.
Header.
No, yeah, it's next to title. It's right next to title.
My bad. Right.
So header right.
Is it
what was it? Hyphen? Was it the sign? No, the sign you just did after header right.
That's a colon.
Colon. Why can't I remember that word?
So that's colon, and the one with the thing is semicolon.
Yeah.
And I always have to think of semicolon before I can remember colon. I don't know why. Probably because I like driving semi-truck.
Okay. The interesting thing is, semicolon in German is semicolon.
Oh, so that works. Yeah.
Same. But the other one is Doppelpunkt.
Yeah.
It basically means
think of semicolon first too.
So I was always thinking what's the translation for double dot?
Yeah, I feel like German's always so literal. And what's the? I'm sure every German knows this. What's the longest word in Germany?
You can basically stick every word together.
There's one though that's like 40 words put together, and it's a thing. Yeah, I'm like, okay, sure.
Oberdampfschifffahrtsgesellschaftskapitän. Probably that's I don't know. It's something we say sometimes. But
all right, what are we throwing in here? A component?
Yeah, we're throwing in a functional like the round brackets and then the arrow function. And then we do a link component in there because if we use the link component from Expo Router again, then it's just easier. You can also press Command B. I do it all the time, which closes the
Thank you.
I love that. Yeah, we got it from Expo Router. href is going to be we need an href on there. All good.
It's weird. It stuck.
No. Yeah. Oh yeah. We did a new line. Okay.
It drives me crazy.
Yeah. Let's do an href and then quotes. And now you see it's actually picking up the stuff. It's even picking up folder and folder. That's a cool thing about statically typing these routes with Expo Router, that you actually know what routes you have. Inside of the link component, we should put some things because otherwise we don't see anything. So let's put a component in there. Again, as child.
Oh, all right.
So as child, and then do, let's close it, and then use ionicons. So you write, they're with Expo as well, ionicons.
Oh, they are. They come right with it.
Yeah, let's use name. I don't know, whatever you prefer. Name camera -outline or something.
Okay. Is there a up? Is there an up something? I don't know.
Up? Camera. What up?
Is it camera? All right.
You gotta give it the size and the color. Yep. So give it a size of 28 and the color white. Yeah. You're getting really fast with React Native, huh?
I wrote a lot of React for a minute and then stopped and went to Svelte. Right or wrong.
Okay, so you click it, you see you still got the push effect. And we actually wanted to get a modal effect. So we can now define this in the layout. We are in the layout. That's good. So for the modal, do we have an entry for the modal yet? Not yet. So let's put in another stack.screen at the bottom.
Okay.
So copy that, do it for the modal. And then, I don't care about the title. Give it some sort of title. And then give it presentation after title. And then you're going to see there are a few things if you start with, yeah.
Is it this?
No, it was right. It was,
All right.
yeah.
Ah.
So there are a lot of options for the presentation. We will go with the modal for now because I think modal is pretty cool.
Modal for the modal. I like it.
Hit save and then click it again.
Ooh, success. Quick question out here. It looks like something about errors, moving screens. Okay, not that. Are we using V3 for Expo router?
We're using V2 right now. Expo router V3 is in beta right now. We could have used this, but I didn't want to put this on Alex today, so I was afraid. I think, we got Cedric in here. Maybe Cedric can let us know when Expo router V3 becomes stable. As far as I know, it will become stable with Expo SDK 50, which should come out in like January or something.
Nice.
We can talk maybe in the end, take like 5 minutes.
Yeah, that
talk
sounds
about
good.
V3
Cedric,
and what
if you wanna come on, Simon can DM you the StreamYard link.
Can I?
Mm-hmm.
How can I?
It's just the same link at the top of the browser up there.
Oh, and then
Don't
Cedric can join.
Don't send it in the public. It gets a little scary.
Everyone, come.
We have a couple of comments that I'm intrigued in myself. So it says,
Sure.
doesn't image have an onload function to indicate? And then there was a reply that yes.
Yeah. You could use more specific events if you wanted to. On layout, on load, end, on load start.
In Expo or in React Native, is there such things as like deferred, like when you present an image, you don't want it to load yet kind of thing? Is that a thing?
I think you would have to use some sort of community package. I don't, not that I know that you can like defer that.
Okay, I was just curious. Like
by default.
I know like mobile app devs aren't as concerned about. See, Cedric wanted to join. See how quick that was? Look at that. Hey, Cedric.
Hey, all.
This is becoming an international stream, right? A surprise guest. Cedric, we want to ask some questions probably about Expo Router V3 in a second. I just want to wrap this up with Alex in terms of the coding. So bear with us. It just looked beautiful down there.
He's doing it naturally.
Okay, what did I want to do? Okay, I wanted you to show the camera. So yes, you do. Where's my script? I actually prepared a script with the installation command for you. Okay, so you probably can do this yourself. You can go here. I will send you a link because then we can also show how it's integrated. So we're going to use the Expo image picker because when you use the simulator, it's always hard to demo the camera because there's no camera. So I like to just use the image picker so we can select an image. There's an installation command that you can now run, which is npx expo install image picker. And usually you have to do like native permission stuff if you want to access images, contacts, GPS in the mobile app. But since we're using the Expo Go app, we don't really have to touch that stuff. Like the Expo Go app is already automatically requesting those permissions.
Nice. Usually
you would put in this config plugin, but I don't think I want to explain config plugins in 90 minutes beginner stream right now.
That's fair.
Okay, so you have it installed, right?
Yep.
let's just take that block. Like there's a block, you see that in the const pick image. Let's just use that one. I think I actually just copy that page. Just copy it. Just
the
copy
whole
that
thing.
whole. Yeah, there's a button to copy.
Okay.
And just put it in the modal
too
page.
enormous now. The whole whole thing.
Yeah.
We gotta name it modal again, right? No, the file.
No, you don't. You don't.
Okay.
They as long as you have export default, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, the only thing is this. That's a TypeScript thing. So I don't know why Expo is not fixing the docs.
Oh no.
Happens all the time. Okay. Yeah, looks good. So bring up the simulator again. Oh yeah, you need to do
fired up Expo, sorry.
Exactly.
NPX Expo.
Right.
It's so weird that I'm like doing mobile things, but web commands. It's just, this is fascinating to me.
It's magic.
Magic. Probably do your fancy command.
Oh, you remember it? Nice.
Yeah, I had to use two hands still, but
yeah. I think no, you can't really do it one. Okay, pick an image. Pick an image.
I like this.
Pick the one that works.
Oh, nice.
And we got it. Okay. So it wasn't as impressive as we just copied the whole code for the modal page, but still, if we look at the code, it's quite short for triggering a native functionality, and it just works the same on Android.
An image picker. Okay, that's just coming from. Is this a community package?
It is an Expo package.
Oh, it's an
no,
Expo.
actually, Expo. Oh, is it a wrapper around the community?
Expo image picker. Yeah, it's in your official.
I think it's an Expo. It's a special Expo package. I think. Cool. So we've done a couple of cool things by now.
I really dig this. I mean, for a web developer like myself, and like the people that didn't show up today because we're full of all your people. For our people, I think this is a really neat way to show off how to move towards native when you know React. This is cool.
And we have a great question from Oliver, which you can maybe put into the.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go this way. Throw it in. For an app that is both mobile and web compatible, do you feel I can confidently go Expo router as my main router for web and native, or should I use Expo router and like React DOM in conjunction?
So there are basically two options. Oliver said the one is Expo router and use it for the web, which in general should work. I've done it as well in my workshop. Like you can have different layout files then for the web. You can have different platform specific files. You can even use CSS for the web with Expo router in those files. So technically there's nothing really holding you back. Effectively, I've talked to many people, and usually the answer is I still prefer Expo in a mono repository next to a Next.js application, and then use something like that's called Solito, which like unifies routing. It's basically a wrapper around the next link and the Expo link component.
Wow.
So if you then use a Solito link, it will, based on which platform you run, use the right link. But yeah, I think it depends on the scope of your project. Like if your web project is really advanced stuff, then yeah, maybe just use Next.js because it has like all the cool features and functionality. But if you're looking for the shortest way, if you maybe have a small team, if like web is not a huge project, then I would actually try and see if I can make it work with Expo router, because then you still share more code and the repository just looks a bit easier than if you use something else. Maybe that's a good point for for Cedric to say something about this. This is just like my opinion, but you have seen probably other bigger projects as well. What are people doing?
Yeah. So thanks for inviting me on quick notice. But so basically, like the way we are trying to build out Expo router is that it's with the same ideology in mind that Expo has or like React Native in general has for pretty much anything. where you can always drop down to the native layer, whether that be iOS or Android or even web. Like, we consider web to be a native layer in that sense. Unfortunately, like, if you compare Expo Router to Next.js, Remix.js, Astro, or Svelte, it's simply not yet feature complete. Meaning that things like data fetching, we don't really have a great story around that yet. So I fully understand that you're saying, like, we want to have a monorepo where we have like up-to-date modern web tooling besides up-to-date modern native tooling like Expo. But I'm pretty confident that, like, if we finally catch up with all the concepts that have now been rolled out to pretty much any big web framework, it might actually make more sense to stay within Expo Router, as you already said. Like, you can add a platform native override or a file extension like .android, .ios, .web, and from there you can pretty much do whatever that platform supports, right? So on web, you can add diffs, you can use spawn, you can use whatever web library that works with React works. You can use it however you want. So I agree with it right now, but Expo Router isn't done yet, and we're still going through.
Great answer. I will put on some glasses. I have a question for both of you. I will not put it in the chat. I will just directly ask. Are these glasses that seem to block blue light actually work? Like,
That's the main reason I wear my glasses. I really don't have much of a there's not much in these. There's just a slight little tiny bit, but mostly it's the blue blocking. And I think it does. I think it makes a huge difference.
I wear them in the evening. I'm the Huberman fan, and I don't know. Don't want to hurt my eyes in the evening and stuff. So I have no idea if this actually makes my sleep better.
Did you just say a Huberman
A
fan?
Are you not listening to the Huberman Lab? Like, I thought
I don't
everyone.
know what that is. What are you talking about right
Okay, yeah, okay. The Huberman Lab is like this science professor from, I don't know, somewhere California, and he's doing all the. You gotta listen to him. It's just epic. Like, isn't he's at least in the top 10 podcasts, as far as I know. Yeah.
Am I spelling
think they're like.
How do you spell this? Is it with an H?
HUB Huberman. Huberman Lab podcast should be it.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, I know the face. Yeah. Okay, I got it
Andrew,
now. Yeah. I have not listened to this, but someone suggested this to me the other day.
Okay. I think. Okay. What question do we have? When I create APK, size is too big. How can we compress? Expo. I think Cedric answered this one. Cedric is really like, we're a good team. We two keep chatting, and Cedric is just answering the questions.
I know I'm supposed to be this person doing these things, but the answering questions. Maybe this is what I need to do. I need to schedule 2 people, like one to code, one to answer questions all the time. Did we get this Angular one? I'm coming from Angular. This is my first React project. So trying to get my head around how to do structured project.
I mean,
this is like, I find, so I was a huge Angular guy too. But I find file-based routing and like the routers in React so much simpler than Angular. Even though, like, with the new Angular, you can kind of specify certain pieces of it. So in the like router file, it gets a little simple, but with file-based, like, it's so easy. You don't even have to mess with it. Like, from what I saw, Simon, you can correct me, but when we were just adding those titles, if we didn't even include those, like, it would just work without that. So you don't even have to worry about adding a routes file.
Yeah, right. We defined the native stack layout in the layout file, but we didn't include a stack screen for the details page or something, and you could still use it. It's just like to add additional information to that page. So it's making the process a lot easier. I mean, the thing is, you haven't seen the other side. Like, you haven't seen what people used before, React Navigation. And if you use React Navigation with TypeScript, we would probably have spent like 30 minutes explaining types and like union types and setting that stuff up. Did you just kick Cedric, or did he unintentionally?
I didn't click anything. I hope not.
Oh my.
Did you want to go off screen, Cedric? Sorry.
No, I was thinking since you guys are since you're all talking, like maybe it's a bit distracting that I'm there as well.
No, I just wanted to make the transition
like
to you, and then you faded out.
Here's
I'm
the
sorry.
pitch.
I know. Yeah, I think we had a question about Expo Router version 3 some minutes ago, and that's when we said let's bring on Cedric, because I checked it out. I quickly checked out the beta. I said we use Expo Router version 2, so maybe Cedric, you can explain when Expo Router version 3 is coming and when Expo SDK 50 is coming, and like what's the main difference to V2?
Yes. So like right now we're working on the SDK 50. It's currently also in beta, however you pronounce it. And since we are going into the holiday season, we extended the period of the beta phase all the way until somewhere in January. I think it was early January, but don't hold me to that. So that also means that Expo Router v3 will definitely not get out of beta before that either. So I would say expect it around January, somewhere next year.
Pretty soon then.
And what are the cool things in Expo Router version 3?
Ooh, for that I need to take a quick peek, but there are so many things that we...
Okay, while you look it up, I will tell my favorite. My favorite is 100% API routes. Since Evan announced this, like the concept, I mean, Alex, you know, you've used SvelteKit, right?
Yep.
So in SvelteKit API route, just put plus something next to the files and you have the API route. And exactly that is coming to Expo Router, which sounds crazy because we have a mobile app and we don't really have like API routes. So it's like a bit more complicated later to deploy this. And I think it's kind of confusing people because people are like, oh, so my native app has API routes? And I'm like, yeah, no, not exactly like that.
So the web version of that would though, right?
I mean, you just need to deploy them. When you run the live reload, it actually works perfectly fine next to it. But if you have your native app, you need to deploy the cloud function somewhere else in a Node environment.
Interesting.
So they don't magically work. They're not bundled with the native app. You still have to like deploy them somewhere.
So
and I think that's what's confusing people a bit.
What's a typical deployment for Expo? Where do you put it? Not like Vercel or something?
Yeah, so Expo Router can export, like we can build it to anything that supports either like things like Express. I believe we have a Netlify prototype and maybe also
Nice.
a Vercel one. I think it already works with like minor effort, but we haven't documented that very well yet, I believe. But yeah, it can it's basically just a Node.js server, right? We use the new up-to-date tooling based on Remix, I believe, where it can also work in Edge runtimes.
Nice.
So it's pretty much like WinterCG compliant, but yeah, you still have to upload it somewhere.
That's really cool.
And I think it's just so cool because I mean you have the same code in that project. I mean that's cool about Next.js as well, is you have the API routes and like the regular pages, but then having it for Expo and React Native projects, I think this is I'm curious to see where people will take this. I'm certainly gonna like use it a lot and enjoy the ease of having it in one project.
Nice. I think we're about running up on it. Any last thoughts around Expo that we might have missed at all? In the meantime, I'm going to show this Uberman lab screen too.
Yeah.
Then I'll show you how to get to the codingcat.dev podcast so you can listen to us later. We'll be right here shortly.
I mean, I know I'm not affiliated with Expo, the company, or anything, but we haven't touched on their EAS build services, so the Expo application services, which allow you to basically build your application in the cloud, to put it easy. So you can connect it to your repository or push the code, and Expo can build your iOS app, they can build your Android app, and then you can either download those stuff directly to your devices, or you can even like have a pipeline set up so it submits it to the iOS App Store and Google Play Store, and they handle everything. Yeah,
that's really cool because that's such a pain.
Yeah, I know a lot of companies using this. So this is, I think you get a few builds for free. I don't know the numbers. Cedric, how much do I get for free?
I believe 30 builds, and then after that you will get put in a queue where you share the resources with everybody else. So you have a couple of priority builds to just to try out, see if it's worth for you. And if it is, but you still don't want to pay, you just have to wait a bit longer until the queue, until it's your turn in the queue.
That's cool. That's really good.
So yeah, Expo is just, to wrap it up, probably we can say that Expo is just making React Native development a lot easier. As you have seen, like you created that project, you used Expo Go, you deployed it, it just all worked really seamlessly. Yeah. And to everyone, like there are a few people saying, but the React Native Bear CLI gives me more freedom. I talked with Cedric about this before and on the stream. It's Expo has something called pre-build now, which basically creates an iOS and Android folder. So you're basically going freestyle then, and it's really easy, and you like still get the live reload and everything. So there's not really a reason to not use Expo at this point.
Nice. All right. Well, thank you for joining us to learn more about Expo and React Native. Thank you, Simon, for agreeing to push out to your peeps today. I know that was kind of a last minute thing. And absolutely thanks for joining us as well, Cedric. Really appreciate that.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
All right, y'all. We'll catch you next time on Code with Coding Cat. See y'all.
Bye.